Hey everyone, it's Laura with BCG Flosstube. I'm back for another installment of my Crafty Cove. So I just thought I'd catch you up with what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. It's only been like 10 days, I think. Finals week was this week. I finished all my stuff up yesterday and today, so I am done with classes for about 4 weeks. I believe it starts back up August 22nd. So I'm so happy just to have that little break in there. I have 3 classes left and then I'll have my undergrad completed. I'm doing 2 this fall and 1 next spring. But I wanted to share with you some of my progress and some of my, yay, I'm almost there's, and my plans for next month, because August is like Monday. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's almost August. So without further ado, I'm just gonna go through my pile and show you what I've been working on. The first thing I've been doing is Boo Crew. Fat Quarter Shop has a free Halloween sew-along. And let me get some of this stuff out of here. People have been saying, I wanna see your bag. So this is my Halloween bag with my anchor flosses in there. Just a plain bag, and I just did some machine stitching on that. And then I also have a floss keeper that I try to make coordinate for each bag. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But this one does. And then my little floss keeper, whoops, that's gonna fall off. I just have a rare earth metal magnet to hold my needle minder in place, and my scissors hang from that. I have a little place up here I can stick my scissors or my needles in when I'm not using them. And then I also have a snap shut, and a lot of times, honestly, I will put my my project kind of fold it up and stick it inside there, and that way everything's neat and tidy in the bag when I slip it inside. So there's my bag for that. And here is my progress. Oh my goodness, you guys, I will finish this tonight after I'm done. It was kind of a toss-up. I was like, I don't know, should I do my Flosstube? Should I finish Boo Crew? So we're gonna do the Flosstube, and then we're gonna finish the Boo Crew. This is what I have so far. And again, this is a hand-dyed 14 count Ada. I used fuchsia, indigo, and evening blue. I believe I said teal a few floss tubes back, but that is incorrect. I used fuchsia, evening blue, and indigo to get this color. I know that because I opened the teal bottle and it was still sealed. Whoops. So yeah, so all I have left to do is to fill in the rest of this little broom, and I will call this done. I think I'm either gonna do this, make this into a pillow, or I'm gonna try to make it into some sort of a hanger for my front door. To be quite honest, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it. I might gift it to a friend. I have a couple friends that they love Halloween, and I'm not like over the top with Halloween. It's okay and everything, but I'm not like crazy about it. And I have a lot of Halloween stuff. I have enough Halloween stuff is what I'll say. So I'll get all of those things back in there, and the final release for Boo Crew was today, but I actually found the pattern on their website last night. So I have a little head start on that. So that should be done tonight, and that'll be another finish for July, which makes me very happy. Next up was Prim. I said a little bit last time, my husband had a doctor's appointment, and I had mentioned that I worked on this in the waiting room, taking everything out so I can show you the bag. Here's the bag for that. And this is actually a panel that I got in a shop hop in Colorado when I went to visit my sister when she lived out there. And I had a couple of these panels, so I just made this one into a bag, and it just has fabric on the back that's kind of coordinating. The floss keeper for this one does not coordinate because I didn't have anything to coordinate with. But you can see, here's my mess. It's a work in progress. And my little Sheba needle minder. Love my Shebas. And then I also have a few binding clips on there, just in case I need extras for the fabric or whatever. And remember, I'm working on number 7 for the Prim series. There's 12 in that series. And I don't have much progress. I think I had the bird and the house top outlined last time, and I really just filled in the house and started outlining the the one side. It's actually a church, the one side of the church. That's all I've done on it. It is number 3 on the list. I have Boo Crew to finish up, and then I want to finish my linen stitch. I have made the commitment because I am so close on that one. So that will be this is, like I said, this is number 3 on the list. So that's Prim. So designed by Lori Holt. It matches a quilt. I actually have the quilt made too, so that's really fun. Okay, I do not have any progress on my flags on the 4th. I didn't work on it anymore. Starting in August, that's my Sheba, I will start stitching flags on the 4th on every 4th. So like the 4th, the 14th, and the 24th. So that's my plan for moving forward on flags on the 4th. And then finally, I have made significant progress on my linen. In fact, I am working on the final square for that. I'm working on XYZ. So check this out. I have ABC all the way through UVW done. Here, I think last time I was on OPQ. So that's where this one is. I can't see it. Hopefully you can. Okay, yeah. And then RST and UVW. And then this will be XYZ. You may notice that I am very, very close to the bottom of my linen. And sorry for the dog barking. I don't know. Hang on one moment. Okay. You may notice that I am very close to the bottom on my linen. I put a note in one of the cross stitch groups I'm on in Facebook and was asking for advice, and several people were like, just you can sew a little bit on as long as you have enough. You can sew on a little bit and then just mat it really close. And so I think that's what I'm probably going to end up doing. I ordered the frame, so I was intending on matting it really close. I think it'll be okay. And if it'll be okay. I hope it'll be okay. So that's where I'm at with that. But I'm almost done. I would say I will probably have this done by the end of this week. Because it's number 2 on the list. Boo Crew, and then finish up that linen. Ooh, so with the linen stitch, here. This bag is not anything special, really. It's, not even sure where I got it. I mean, I made it. The only thing, it's kind of fun because it does say, this is proof I have the patience to stab something 1,000 times. Although that should say like 1,000,000 times. So here's the bag for that. It was just some fabric I had in my stash that I wasn't going to use in a quilt or anything. So I was like, I'll throw it into a project bag. I need something anyway. And then the floss keeper for that one does not match. It's actually some fabric that I used on the back of a baby quilt that I made for my great nephew. So that's kind of fun. And again, here's my scissors and my needle minder. I love these little needle minders from Flamingo Toes. They're so cute. I have all of them now. I ordered all of the different houses or the bookshop and the coffee shop and the tea shop. I ordered all the shops from Fat Quarter Shop a few weeks ago. So I have all of the Flamingo Toes Village needle minders. I need to look and see if it's a cross stitch pattern, because that would be super cute if it was. It may be. That might be the whole thing. I may just be totally missing the point. The other thing I got myself was a spring hoop, because I had been using just the old wooden hoop styles for my linen, and I have a couple more that I'll talk about in a little bit that I plan on starting next month, and I want to hoop for them as well because they're not going to be Aida. And so I was like, I really need to get a different type of hoop. So I'm trying out this spring hoop, and so far I like it. So we'll I'll give you a better review next time after I use a little bit more. Okay, so those are my works in progress. I don't have any fully finished items this time. Thinking, nope. I don't have any new starts this time either. I will probably next time I see you. So that's kind of where I'm at. Let me see what else I've done. So I've done the linen. I've finished the OPQ, the RST, the UVW, and I started on the XYZ. So that's a lot. I've gotten 3 of those finished. And I'm working on the last block for that. I haven't made any significant progress on the Prim one. I have kept current with Boo Crew, which is amazing. And I think that's it. Yeah, I talked about doing a granny square with the free Lori Holt design, which I have in my stack here somewhere. But I haven't. And I have a plan for that though. And I'm hoping to start that in August, but we'll see how it goes. As far as quilting, because I showed you a few quilts last time, so I'm gonna lean this way. I'll insert a picture. I did finish Cozy Christmas, and I am so happy with the result for that. It is so cute. I am very happy that I decided to use just some fabrics from my stash. Actually, the fabrics were in the Jolly box from Fat Quarter Shop in the 2021 Jolly box. They worked perfectly, and I loved them so much, and it was plenty of fabric. I could not believe I had plenty of fabric for the applique shapes and all of the star points. And I had fabric left over to make myself a project bag. So this is my project, my new Christmas project bag. And oh my gosh, I had so much fun making this. I just had scraps left over of the fat quarters that came in the Jolly box. And I basically just sewed them all together. Started chaining them and sewed them into a long strip, and then took that strip and decided how long I wanted it, cut it, sewed it together, sewed it together, sewed it together. And that's how I got this really cool patchwork look. Nothing matches, and like none of the seams match, and they weren't supposed to, so that's great. This little line here is because this is something I've started doing that I haven't done with my older floss keepers. I started putting a pocket in here, and I will slip that magnet in there and then put my needle minder on this cloth, because since I put 2 layers of batting in these floss keepers, it's just a lot to expect that magnet to go through all of those layers of batting and hold that magnet or hold that needle minder on there so securely. So I've started putting these little pockets in there to throw my magnet in there and then put the needle minder on there. Plus, that way when it's closed, that magnet's not on the back of my floss keeper, and so it doesn't get like moved and pulled off in the bag when I slip it in and out. So, and then I put my little a little iron on here that I cut out with my Cricut, and it basically just says what's it say, getting through the day 1 stitch at a time. So that's really fun. Ironed that on, and then put a couple little snaps on it so I can snap it shut. And the snaps, you might be like, well, those are weird places to put snaps. Yeah, well, I wanted them in the corners, but there's so much bulk there. These snaps, I ordered them from Amazon. They came in like a 500 variety pack or something ridiculous, huge, and all different colors and everything. But they're not the best of quality. And the posts aren't that long to secure them together. So when I was up here in this corner, it was too much bulk, and I couldn't get the snap to go through all of those layers and secure onto the cloth. So I had to move it down and up a little bit, but that's okay. I don't care. This is for me. And then the bag, it does have that vinyl front, and so I can see what's inside of there really easy. It's got a decorative zipper. I love these because they're so much easier to put on. And then I did actually put a binding around the outside edge. All of these fabrics were used in my Cozy Christmas applique quilt, and the leftovers, I just used them up to make this little project bag. Now, with Boo Crew, which I was gonna mention and I forgot, I am not sure if I'm gonna make I don't know if I'm going to make a door hanger, a pillow, a table topper, some kind of like little decorative wall, like small wall hanging, or what I'm gonna do with it. But I saved all the fabrics. Oh, I also finished the Boo Crew quilt. And the Boo Crew quilt, I did my own setting on that. I did not go with the final setting that Fat Quarter Shop put out, mostly because I had this idea and I got very excited. So I have the Lori Holt Spelling Bee book, and so I created the letters Boo Crew, all the letters for Boo Crew, and put that at the top of my quilt, and this made it a little bit bigger. I think it's like 36 by 45 now. And then the back of this quilt, which I don't have a picture of this, but the back of that quilt will be a Halloween panel that I have, and I just used some extra fabric and put a border just to make sure that panel was wide enough so when I quilt it, it gets all the edges. And then I went ahead and used a bunch of the leftover fabric and cut my strips, and so to have a scrappy binding around it. So that'd be super fun and super cute. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it either, because I already have like 2 or 3 Halloween quilts. So I may end up giving it to a friend, or I may give one of my other Halloween quilts away and keep it. So I don't know, but I can't keep them all, and I just have to decide which one I want to keep and which one I want to give. Maybe the same person that gets the cross stitch gets the quilt. I don't know, but I do have a pretty good stack of scraps. This may not look like much, but it really is. There's a couple fat quarters in there. And this is a pretty big piece of fabric as well. This is it's most of the fat quarter. So I have a lot of scraps here. My first thought was to make another Halloween project bag, but then I was like, wait. Before I do that, I'm going to decide what I'm gonna do with the Boo Crew cross stitch. Excuse me, I dropped something. Oh, I banged my head. That's awesome. When I finish my Boo Crew cross stitch, I'll figure out how I'm gonna finish it and what I need. And then once I'm done with that, then if there's things left over, then maybe I'll have enough to make a project bag or a floss keeper or something with those little leftover pieces. So that's the plan with that. Okay, so a little bit of haul. I am so excited. That's kind of funny. I didn't notice it until I just picked it up. All of my haul is Lori Holt. So I got the new set of stitch cards. It's cute little strawberries, a teapot, and a tea kettle, or a tea cup. And it's a set M. I have all of them. I've stitched all of them A through L. So I will be stitching these in August, I think. And then Prairie. Oh my gosh, the Prairie Meadow Quilt Along is supposed to start August 29th. If they delay it, I will not be surprised because fabric is not in yet. Like the kits aren't in yet. And all of the quilt alongs that she's been doing the last couple years have been delayed because of shipping delays. It's just life. So no one can get upset about scheduling anymore and scheduling delays. It's just part of it, and you just accept it and you do it when it comes in. But I've got the Prairie Meadow So Simple Shapes, so I'm at least ready for that. So if they do start the quilt along on time, that's great because I plan on using fabrics from my stash. And so I don't necessarily need the quilt kit. If someone wanted to gift it to me, of course, I would be more than happy to receive, but I'm not gonna buy it. I'll just use fabrics from my stash, which I love that about her sew-alongs, that you don't necessarily have to buy her fabrics. You can just buy the So Simple Shapes separately, and then you can use your stash to do that. And I love that. And it kind of ties in with Lori Holt's whole branding because, you know, all of her scrappy quilts and her scrappy looks, and just, you know, use what you have and have your stash and, you know, pull from that. And I love that about her. Her branding is amazing in that aspect. So, which leads into the last piece. I have her new Scrappiness as Happiness book. Oh my gosh. I think I have all of her books. I may be missing a couple of the smaller ones. I don't think I bought Quilter's Cottage because I was like, I'm not gonna make that. But now I'm thinking, man, I should make that quilt because it's really cute. So I don't know, who knows, someday. But I plan to make, let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm going to make her string quilt. And the reason I'm doing that is because, let me see, hang on. Let me see if I can just find it real quick. Why can I not find it? I just had it earlier today. This is so funny. Oh, Scrappy, because it's called Scrappy Strings, not String Quilt. Of course it is. Okay. Her Scrappy Strings quilt. Let's see what I can show. Yeah. It looks like this. So basically you make these blocks with all your with strings, but she uses her scrap baskets of 1.5 and a couple different sizes. So I have all of those. So I'm going to use up some of the fabric that I've been cutting strips and cutting strips and cutting strips and stockpiling. I'm going to use that and make her Scrappy Strings quilt. And I am very excited about it. It is so fun. And I think that, you know, as long as I like the fabric, it's not going to matter. Yeah. So that's a plan for August, maybe September, maybe October. Oh my gosh, August and September have gotten so busy all of a sudden. It's just ridiculous. And September, I have something every single weekend in September. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's July and I'm already dreading September. This is ridiculous. But today I booked something for October too. So it's all fun things though. Okay, so the other thing I want to try to do in August is the Scrappy or the Granny Square cross stitch. And this is a free pattern on Fat Quarters Shop. That's why I'm just showing it because you can get it for free off their website. It's a free cross stitch pattern by Lori Holt. Speaking of free, Heart and Hand, they have a free cross stitch pattern on Fat Quarter Shop now too. And it's a cute little house. I want to print it out and get that one done as well. Just because I think it's so cool when when designers provide free designs for their customers, because it's just very thoughtful and very nice, and I just love it. Okay, so that is, yeah. I finished Cozy Christmas, and I finished Boo Crew quilt. I've almost got the Boo Crew cross stitch done, almost got the linen cross stitch done, and I made a project bag. Yay! Oh, I also did the Charm Pack Challenge for Fat Quarter Shop. This was so quick and easy, you guys. I'm serious. I used 5-inch squares, 100 of them. You sew them into 4 25 patches, and then you cut them, you flip them, you sew them back together. Now what I did was I actually sewed all 4 of my 25-inch or my 25 patch squares, cut them all, and then I put like one piece from each one in the final arrangement of the 4 blocks that you sew together, because that way I felt like my fabric would kind of be spaced a little more evenly throughout the quilt, because I just pulled, I didn't use a charm pack, I just used like a ton of 5-inch squares that I had pre-cut in my baskets. So, oh my gosh, I would think I could probably get one of those done in 2 hours at this point, because it was so quick and easy, and I love it. I love it. I think it's one of those things, as long as you like all the fabrics in the quilt top that you're putting together, then I think that you're going to love the end result. I think it would definitely look really cute if you used charm packs that were a little more controlled on the colors, the color palette. But like I said, I just wanted to use up some of my stash. So I was like, I'm just going to use 100 squares and just go for it. And it worked out fine. So I don't know if I'm going to use, I don't know if I'm going to do, finish this as a quilt for like the quilt top, or if I'm going to use this for the quilt back on like another panel or another quilt, because I make a lot of quilts for foster kids, and this is about the right size for that. So I think I could probably put a cute little top together and then use this for the back, or I could just get a panel and use this for the back too. It'd be reversible that way too. How fun is that, right? So that's kind of where I'm at with quilting and cross stitching for this month. And so let me make sure I haven't forgotten anything. No, I'm current with summer camp, which is Pat Sloan's Quilt Along, weekly Quilt Along. So that's been really good. And let's see. Okay, so August. Okay, so August I have a couple new starts I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to do the September calendar crate by Stitching with the Housewives, the main and the mini. I'm going to start Jeanette Douglas's Flower of the Month sampler that she started in January, so I'll have a lot of catching up to do. But that's okay, because that way I can work faster than one flower in a month. That way if I can get 2 or 3 of them done, that would be great, and then I can be caught up and have just the last 3 to go in September or something. It'd be crazy. Let's see, and then yeah, I think that's it. So my cross stitch, what did I write down that I thought I was gonna do? That's what I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm gonna start the Jeanette Douglas, and I'm gonna do that on Lugana, which is gonna be a new thing for me. Wish me luck. I'm gonna do the September calendar crate, and of course that will be on the 14 count Witchell chalkboard black. Ada cloth. I want to do one of the granny squares, or maybe a granny square sampler or something. I want to do these granny squares because they're super cute and they look like they're going to be super fast, and I want to make them. I still want to do the resting stitch face, but I may push it a month. And I want to start the hands-on, the hands-on design celebrations 2. And then I also, and I have the stitch cards to do as well. And I'm dropping things. Oh my gosh, I just realized yesterday what I'm dropping is birthday cards, because I realized yesterday that this is me. This is who I am. People are like, how do you get so much done? How do you do so many things? Oh my gosh, I can't believe how much you accomplished. This is me, okay? In like January or February, I made birthday and anniversary cards enough for the entire year, for everyone on my list. Family that I send birthday cards to, and I stepped up my game and did anniversary cards as well for the whole year. Got them all done, okay? Yesterday I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't know if I sent any birthday cards out for July. And then I start looking and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't send birthday cards out for May, June, or July. So today, I mailed out all the birthday cards for May, June, and July. And the ones in May and June and early July, I'm like, I'm so sorry, this is late. The card was made. It just didn't get to the mailbox. That's who I am, people. This is who I am. I have the best of intentions, and there are so many things that I'm like, yes, I'm gonna do this, and I get it all ready, and then I just totally flake and forget. Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. It'll give them something to laugh about, and they'll be like, oh, Laura, you're so silly, and I'll be like, yeah, I know, but I wasn't gonna hold on to your birthday card for another year. It's out of here. It's out of my house that way. So that's who I am, people. That's who I am. Okay, so let's see. Coming up next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, my husband and I are going to Iowa for a car show. Super excited about that. My in-laws are going to go with us. We're taking our cute little MGB. They're taking their MGA. Those are British sports cars. You should look them up. They're super cute cars. And then, yeah, that's next weekend. And then I think we have a weekend off. And then we're having a chicken wing eating contest. We have like this, it's wing off. And people bring chicken wings and we have a tasting contest and we vote. And somebody's going to get a chicken trophy. And my husband's super excited about it. And then school starts and the fall classes start. And then September, every month, man. Every month. Or not every month. Every weekend. It feels like it's gonna feel like 4 months and a month, but every weekend something's going on. So yeah, I think that's it. The only other thing that I just thought of, good news is, so I graduate next May from Mizzou with my undergrad. Yay! And I decided that I was gonna treat myself and find a needlework retreat to go to, and it just so happens that Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine is having a Stitch Away retreat in Kansas City, which is very close to me. And so I set my alarm, I set all kinds of reminders, and I registered for the retreat for next May. So if you're going to the Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher Needlework Stitch Away retreat in Kansas City next May, I hope to see you there. I'm so excited. Priscilla and Chelsea are gonna be there. I mean, I was just like, I have to go because I love their designs so much. And so now it's, I've got to get registered for their class, but I'm totally fangirling it up. I need to make sure I have something with me that they can sign. Otherwise they're going to be signing my face. And I am just very excited and very happy. And it's going to give me that extra little boost to push through and get these last 3 classes done and get everything completed that I need to. And something to look forward to. Next May, I'm going to a needlework retreat. Woohoo! Next February, I'm going to a quilting retreat. Woohoo! That's with my quilt guild, and it's like I know these people. I'm around them all the time, and they're great, and I love them. So that'll be fun too. So yeah, I think that's it. That was a lot. And now I think I'm done. Yeah.
Made the simple one.
See ya.
With real lemon